All right, guys, today we're going to be talking about lateral and surface area, specifically for prisms and cylinders. Tomorrow we'll talk about pyramids and cones. Whenever you're doing this, if they're asking you for lateral, your formula is always going to be perimeter times your height. That P represents perimeter. So remember, in order to find your perimeter, all you're doing is adding up all of your sides. Now, for surface area, what you're going to do is 2 times the area of the base. So remember, big B means area of the base. So you're going to multiply that by 2 and then add what you had for lateral area. So technically, when you're solving for surface area, you're solving for both lateral and surface area at the same time. Now, here are a couple of formulas that I figured that you might need for your IXL lesson for today. Remember, if you're dealing with a square or rectangle, it's just base times height. For a circle, it's pi r squared. Polygon is half your apothem times your perimeter. For triangle, it's going to be 1/2 base times height, and for trapezoid is 1/2 your 2 bases, the sum of your 2 bases times your height. So let's go ahead and go through the couple of questions that I have here. For the first one, as you guys can see, this is 7, 7, and then 5. So we're dealing with a rectangle here because of us having different numbers. So literally, for my problem here, for lateral area, I'm going to find out my perimeter. Now, notice that my perimeter has to be all 7s. So I'm going to do 7 times 4 because I have 4 sides. And then times my height. My height for this particular shape is 5. So in here, I'm going to do 7 times 4 times 5, and 140 is what my lateral is worth. Now, when I talk about surface area, for surface area, you're just going to do 2 times the area of the base. My base is 7 times 7, so I'm going to put 7 times 7. And then remember, the formula says I need to add my lateral area. So I'm going to add this 140 that we got up here. So in my calculator, I'm going to do exactly what it says. So 2 times 7 plus 140. And 238 is my answer for number 1. All right, for number 2. Number 2, notice that it's a triangle. So for the triangle, I need to know the perimeter first, and the numbers associated with my perimeter are 8, 6, and 10. So this time I can't just multiply all of them. I need to actually add them because they are different lengths. So I'm going to do 8 plus 6 plus 10. And then I'm going to take that number and multiply it by my height of my shape, which is 4. So in the calculator, literally going to put it in 8 plus 6 plus 10, and then multiply that by 4. So my lateral area for this one is 96. Now, for surface area, keep in mind we're doing a triangle. Triangle's formula is half base times height. My base is 8, my height is 6. So I am going to do 1/2 base times my height of the shape. And then I need to add this lateral area to it, which was 96. Now, 2 times 1/2, these cancel each other. So 8 times 6 and then plus 96 is what I need to put in my calculator. So 8 times 6 plus 96 gives me 144, and that is my answer for the second one. All right, for number 3. Number 3, as you guys can see, is a cylinder. So for this one, I'm going to be using circumference formula. Now, I hope you guys all remember for circumference, it's going to be 2d, or I can say, I'm sorry, your circumference is 2r pi, or you could say d pi. Either one you want to use, okay? So, and then of course we need to multiply that by h. So for this particular one, my diameter is 14. So I'm going to do 14 times pi times the height of my shape, which is 8. So in my calculator, I'm literally going to hit 14 times 3.14 times 8, and this is my answer, 351.68. All right, now I need to do my surface area. So that means 2 times the area of my base. Remember area formula, it gives you pi r squared. So I'm going to do 2 pi, my r for this one is 14 divided by 2. Divided by 2 because remember this is our diameter. 14 divided by 2 gives me 7. So this is 7 squared. And then I'm going to add my number that I had for lateral area, which is 351.68. So in my calculator, I'm going to put exactly that. 2 times 3.14 times 7 plus 351.68, which gives me my answer of 659.4. And that's it. All right, for number 4. Number 4 is a little bit different because this is a polygon. Now for a polygon, the work that we need to do is almost exactly the same. Now for this one, notice that it has all of these lines here. Those lines, as you should know, means that that's how much every side is worth. And every side in this particular case is going to be 12. So for this one, I need to do 12 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because I have 5 sides that are all 12. My height of the shape is going to be 8. So for my lateral, I am going to do 12 times 5 times 8, which gives me 480. Now, when I'm doing my surface area, I need to do 2 times the area of the base. The area of the base is 1/2 my apothem, which is my height, times the perimeter. So I'm going to do 8.3, which is the height of the base, and then times 12 times 5, because remember, perimeter means adding up all of the sides, and then we're going to add the 480 to it. So remember again, 2 and 1/2, they cancel each other out. So all I need to do is put all of this into my calculator. I have 8.3 times 12 times 5 plus 480. And that gives me my answer of 978. And that's it for that one. All right, for the next one, again, I have a triangle. So for this one, I know my sides for the triangle are 3, 4, and 5. So for lateral, I am going to do 3 plus 4 plus 5, and then the height of my shape is 9. So in my calculator, I'm going to push 3 plus 4 plus 5 times 9, and that gives me 52. Now, for surface area, I'm going to do 2 times the area of the base. Remember, my base is a triangle, so I need to do 1/2 my base times my height, and then I am going to do plus my lateral area. 2 and 1/2 cancel each other. So I'm just going to put in my calculator. 3 times 4 plus 52 gives me 64. And that's my answer. All right, for the last one, as you guys can see, this is a trapezoid. So I'm going to be using the trapezoid formula. But before I do that, I need to find out what the sides are worth. Now, if you notice here, they say that